So I guess in order to be able to really get this, we need to go to page let's just read what I wanted to read. On number Mem Ches, we learned this the other day, and because I was concerned that the word itra, or the way that he was using the word, was a little bit ununderstandable to me. Exactly, we know what an atara is, but the way that it was used seemed to me that it was out of place. So let's look at number Mem Ches, because he brings an answer here, and then there's some other ones. He says like this: L'chorek of the nasach this ater who lashon hiskalos. This ater means that they're going to join together. So ater sounds like it meant it's on top of, and there was an explanation where he said, well, it refers to the forehead, to the forehead, and the forehead overhangs the nose, but we were talking about the vav and the nose and so on and so forth, or the vav and where it's located. Behind the gevuros the ima nichlal v'nis'atrach berachmim da'aba. He says the words are that the gevuros that are found inside of ima join together, and he uses the word v'nis'atrach berachmim da'aba. So the two of them come together. Ukavavor b'shar ma'mari Rashbi. They're two opposites. They come together. V'zel d'shonel al pi ha'idrizuta. So that's what the idrizuta says. Ofen nosev shall yesh levayer the isater ku lashon zivug. That's another idea, because niskalalo, joining together, is the same lashon as a lashon zivug. So when you see this word crowns, it means that. V'kumoshim Butzinah b'pri Eitz Chaim, we see it over there. V'zel d'shono b'dilog. V'zohar chodosh, it says, it explains b'parshas Kisisa. This is the meaning what is written. Gadol Hashem umuhulo ma'od. Well, I guess it goes like that. Muhulo, etc. B'ma iskri gadol. What is he called? Why called great? Lihis atach be'itrui be'ir elokenu. So to crown himself, and I think it's the word be'ir, which I think usually means over here in the arousal of Hashem, of Elokeinu. The hisata be'itri, to crown himself, we're using that word to join together, be'itri, be'ir Elokeinu. Kedin nehira d'chatika kedisha nahir. So then the light of Atika kedisha, that's when it shines. You're making a yichud. This ata begin the hidavek bekarta kedisha. So another unusual word, karta, which means city, like that. This ater begin lihidavek bekarta kadesha, with that holy place, which is what zer anpen misater b'haaras. He becomes crowned, coming up top of his head. B'haaras erik anpen kadei lihidavek beir hakadusha, with this place which is called the ir hakadusha besod the yichud. Now we do have the word karta and the word ir, and now it sounds like he means city, like a place. I'm not sure. I haven't read it over there. Vad Khan. So that phrase, Yisatra be'itrui, who's so esrog eponimi. Now this is really going off a little bit, but understand, it's the Yataras Yisod. Yataras Yisod, that's what he said. He's sod esrog, which is the secret of the esrog. Hanitnat beponimius besod the yichud, which enters into the inside, which he's using this word, I'm taking the word karta and the word ear to mean the location, the actual location, the penimius, v'nitnas b'penimius b'soda yichud, the v'da. So he wants to say that that's what it is. Kibelashin yavani korim l'mish hu nasoi mu'uter ad kan v'ain sham od. That opened up a lot of different ideas, but I'm not sure if, without having actually seen that place, all that's meant to be said there. Now there's another one here on number Mem Tes. Mem Tes is Girsas Svar Mecherim or Svar Acher. The SIFRA Tzniutakan. He said that the phrase this ater beitrui, V'lo gores besitroi. Now we have the actual, I think, quote is bisater besitroi. He says that, no, you shouldn't say that. This anta beitroi, v'lo gores besitroi. Don't read that way. Let's go on and try to, I just want to go over that again because I thought there was some elements in there that I didn't really follow so well. So let's go over to number Dalet. Number Dalet, once again, we're on page Tov Resh Pei Hey, and let's look at number Dalet. Number Dalet says, it's a Rei B'Yof Shah Shabir Kan Levidarko. Now, as we see that each one of these has a different interpretation of what these words could possibly mean. And he has been saying the Osius Yud K and Vav Yaakov Heim Besod Gimel Shemus Asam. Okay, we saw that idea before. So he says shall klas ration, because each one of the three heads is going to correspond to one of these expansions of the name Yud K Vav K. Lefi zecher v'bir bekam v'zel l'shona b'vav ilo hu reisha to l'soa is actually the third of the heads of Eric Anpin. So his third aspect, I don't know if you want to say it's different head, but it's an aspect of the head, or it is the head, as he said. V'lefi zecha v'bir kan v'zel l'shono vav ilo hu reisha to l'soa, which is the mochas dimah, nikra mochas dimah. Shehi shem ma, and the mochas dimah is, let's just try to the vav represents the shem ma, which is the third of the av, sag, and ma. Bechinas Vav, which is the kingdom of Vav, spelled like this, which is a 13. V'hi Vav Ilo, that's the upper Vav. I just mentioned the fact that he spells it like this, and to give you the idea that the 13 midas of Rachamim, or the 13 represent a concept of flowing downwards, bringing the light down. Shabo Mislavish Gevura Da'atik, and inside of that Ma, is the Gevura of Atik, or this Vav, he says, is the Gevura Da'atik. Shalakach Nikra Butzinah de Kardanusa, because this is why it's called by that name, the Butzinah de Kardanusa. Kamo Shakasach Rabbeinu Zal Ve'Orach B'Sefer Mavasharim. This Mavasharim, I've looked at it, has all kinds of very interesting things, but I wasn't able to find a Pirush Rahut on it. That's what it says, that it's crowned in its side. What does that mean? Because this place, which we call the Mochas Timor, which is a third of the heads, which represents, he says, the Vav and the Ma, he tachlis arachmim. Ultimately, its purpose is to spread rachmim. Out of the Sitra, the Mesitra, but the problem is, from its place is where the dinim misarim is where dinim start coming from. So he said, so that in that place, sitroi here means kind of like place. Comes out of that place. Excuse me. He says now, number nun, down below says, Reba Mavasharim again, Vizel Deshono. One second, just... So here we're talking about this Gevura Da'atik, which is hidden inside of the Moach of Eric Anpin. That's the Gevura. Nikra Butzinah de Kardanusa, it's called by that name, called Makom in any place you see it, because of the Gevura that's inside, that coming from Atik, the Gevura of Atik, is inside the muach of Eric Anpin, Ratzona Lomer. What does Butzinah de Kardanusa mean? It means Ner HaChazak. It's a powerful lamp, light, candle, light. Ki haner hu eish, because the concept of a fire of ner is the concept of a fire. Ve'ena or kumo hachasadim, and you wouldn't want to translate it as light. Be like you would do say for the chasadim, because in other words it doesn't illuminate. What it does is it burns. Hu ner eish, and it's a fire. Hachazak, which is very strong. Misad hagavura adkan, which comes from the side of gavura, and that's where he goes to. Now let's see number nun aleph. He says Rei b'Mavasharim, over in the Rabbi Shemavasharim again. The Echel L'Shon V'Zel L'Shon B'Toch Devarov. He says a chochma What is Chochma? Chochma is of Erik Anpin is the Mochastima the Erik Anpin. Yesh Dinim. Let's not forget that. Other Shem Nikfin, but the nature of these dinim is that they are bent down. In other words, they're humbled. They're not, what would you say, flaming. The Nikfin, Kanizkar Be'idris Nisel, what does it say over there? Ki Chai Mocha, we're talking about the Mochas Tima, Shakit V'Shakich. It's resting or it's quiet. It stays down in its place. And what is it like? Kachamar Tov, like a really good wine. The Yasech of Al Dordoye, that's sitting on top of its, what's the right word? Leads, well, the leftovers. Hare Beferish, so specifically it says, Ki Yesh Dinim V'Shmarim, that it has within it dinim, which could be counted as the shmarim, the leftover. Al the Shehem Nachim V'Shekatim, but they're resting, they're quiet, the Nikfim, and humbled. Sham B'Makomo Ad Khan, in their place. I don't know that I did number nun bet, and we're really pretty much out of time. So that's the shir for today. Thanks for learning with me, Rabbi. Kol Tov.